We are seeing a lot of outsider wins across the board, and I think each state is very different. In Maryland, we have very regressive and, like I say, maybe some hard to get in third-party ballot access laws. So I think it's a little different than what you're seeing in some other states. Some states are better, some states are worse. But we feel really good about what we're doing in Maryland, because despite whatever laws are there, we know that growing the Green Party is a big prerogative for us. The Green Party has been known as a party that triumphs environmental issues. So what we've been doing in Baltimore City area is really growing the party's efforts amongst working class, amongst the poor, amongst people that are in public housing, because I don't think people realize, but these groups are not getting enough attention. Democrats and Republicans are tearing down public housing projects across the city, across the country, across the state. And so we've got to do better. We've got to show that there is a third way that you could actually become empowered politically.
How do you work with people who don't always share your views?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think that we have not seen a governor take a more aggressive stance. And I don't think we've seen a real true conversation in this election cycle about what the governor can and can't do. So the governor can help introduce laws, but he cannot vote on them, and he has to put that up to the state delegates in the Senate. We would push very hard on the Democratic machine because, frankly, there is a supermajority right now in Annapolis that controls, and it's a Democrat supermajority. Governor Hogan is the lone Republican in the governor's mansion. Everything else runs through the Democratic Party. So it's really important to understand that we could be putting more progressive bills in, and I will be definitely pushing those. I know that there is a lot going on a national level right now that I think you're seeing a big focus on when it comes to the two talking points of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. The Green Party is here to say that we have an agenda that is new, it's progressive, it's unafraid to be called radical or socialist, and it puts people first. We don't play games with this kind of personality or that kind of personality. We have 10 key values, and we stick to it, and we make sure every single one of our candidates stick to it. Most of our candidates are activists that you've probably protested with out there, or you've seen out there when important events are happening across the state. We've been on the front lines doing this work as activists for years. We'll continue to do so after this election is done. But I think it's time to say enough is enough with this two-party system. It's time to vote green. It's time to grow our presence across the state. We are running at the top of the ticket to make sure that candidates can run down at the bottom of the ticket. So no matter where you are in the state, you can vote for me. You can vote for Reverend Chambers, my running mate. And you can find a down ticket candidate as well, and you could vote for them too.